Activists at a facility in Cambridgeshire which breeds and sells beagles for medical research have vowed to stay put until the site is forced to close. 15 protesters have been arrested since setting up camp outside the main entrance of MBR Acres more than 2 months ago. Last week, the US firm was granted a court order preventing the harassment of its staff. John Ironmonger reports.
Is this England's most controversial farm?
We're not getting tired, we're not going away.
MBR Acres in Huntingdon legally breeds beagles for medical research, but for more than 2 months it's been blockaded by animal rights activists after this secret filming was shared online of puppies being crated up and sent to contract testing laboratories. It shows no evidence of mistreatment. Polly has been sleeping here on the roadside since day one.
I said to everybody, I'm staying over. So I went home and got my van. And in the meantime, 2 vans went in and took the puppies. So after that, every day built up to a week and another week and a month. It's a cause we can't take, vivisection.
The beagles are marketed as germ-free and are reared entirely in large sheds. None of the workers we saw were prepared to talk to us. Protesters say they have the support of the local community, but evidently not everyone.
Do you know, yeah, my dad started work at 6 o'clock one night last week, and he actually got home at 1 o'clock in the afternoon because they weren't allowed out of this place.
Your dad?
Right?
Dad?
Hang on, this man... Listen,
This dispute was eventually resolved. As the end of the day approaches, a police officer tries to persuade protesters to stand back from the gates.
You are potentially committing offences of obstruction of the highway,
that's criminalising protest.
But as usual, he's been unsuccessful.
Well, this commotion at the main entrance has become a daily occurrence. There are around 20 police officers here who have arrived to try and safely escort workers who have come to the end of their shift off the site. But activists say that the police tactics are becoming increasingly heavy-handed.
Cambridgeshire police say their response is proportionate.
Increasingly we're getting support from scientists who are saying that the kind of research done on these dogs, toxicity experiments, are not predictive for outcomes in human beings. There's that issue. There's the issue, obviously, of what happens to the dogs. They do suffer. You cannot escape that. And I think for the reasons of science and also public morality, it is really time this trade in dogs is brought to an end.
Now MBR is hitting back. The US-based companies won an interim order at the High Court preventing the harassment of its workers. In a statement, a spokesperson told us, "We are concerned to stop those conducting a vicious and unwarranted intimidation of our staff. We will continue to run our operations in full compliance with Home Office regulations and our normal high welfare standards." The Home Secretary is overseeing a crackdown on disruptive protests, but is said to have been shocked by this footage of MBR Acres. And yesterday in London, Camp Beagle brought their fight to her doorstep. John Ironmonger, BBC News.